away my freedom, lock me up all alone, take away my family, steal my native tongue, can't take away my song. He then come in, try take away the throne, sell us to the west for the best. I say sugar, gold, and rum, just so they could just sell us to the west for the best. I have them some fun, but they can't take away my song. No, they can't take away my song. Can't take away my song. But they all gonna burn in the light of the sun. Can't put out the fire, burning higher and higher. Black will never expire. Go tell it on the wire. Don't care how hard they try, ain't no way. Can't take away my song. Can't take away my song. Can't take away my song. No, they can't take away my song. But they all gonna burn in the light of the sun. Can't take away, no, no. Can't take away my song. Can't take away, no, no. You can't take away my song. Can't take away, no, no. You can't take away my song. Can't take away, no, no. You can't take away my song. No, you can't take away my song. Can't take away my song. No, 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 you can't take away my song. But they all gonna burn in the light of the sun. Oh Lordy, Lord, Heavenly Father, take away my song. Some ask me, what do you see when you look inside the mirror? I say, same thing when I look at you. I said, you have become a mirror image of me. But hey, I made them images too. And then I wonder, why can't I be what I always see what's inside of me? Daydreaming all day long. And then I wonder, why can't we be what we all want to be free? What makes me weak, not strong? I come up and come along. Imagine, oh yeah, imagine, oh yeah, imagine, oh Oh yeah, imagine you drink for real. Like we're talking about a good vibration. I talk about using imagination. Oh yeah. Some tell you life is what you make it. Now who say we won't make it? Not time. Oh yeah. And then you hear them lectures from the rich man. Tell me who is the money rich man? Some politician man. I strive to make it every day in spiritually. No, not just a night in some dream. Oh no, the verbal and emotional gifts, yes, that makes you rich. Not just the kind that are green. Imagine, oh yeah, imagine. You should imagine now. Yes, you should imagine you drink for real, yeah. A dream of life, a dream of peace. Let's do away with that hate and not just American dreams. Oh yeah, I need to talk about a dream of faith, a dream of hope, a dream of my good love, my job walking with us again within. Now one man's dream, another man's reality. Don't mean our life are not for real, and some think that our life are only in the dream, but not what the soul has to feel. I come along, y'all. Yes, I say I come along. Yes, I say can come along. Come along, come on. Yeah, yeah, imagine. Yeah, imagine. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, imagine. Your dreams for real.
All right, and happy Thursday. We are live here in Pittsboro, North Carolina. Focus on Chatham, talking with Taj. This is our special edition, Focus on Chatham County and the athletes of Chatham County. And we are live here at the Circle City Recording Studios on a very special day. And I'm happy to be here. I got a bunch of folks around me, so anyone who's seeing me, I got a sea of people sitting right here in front of me, and it's a good place to be. Look at this beautiful day we're having here in Pittsboro. You see the sunny skies behind me, and I'm very happy that the guests who have come to hang out with us today said they take time from their Thanksgiving day to come and share. So here at TajTalk.com, we try and cover all aspects of news happenings in our area. And one thing we've been very fortunate to do is to provide coverage of the Chatham County Scholastics, the sports. We covered the graduation, and our goal is to cover all aspects and dynamics of high school scholastics. So if it's the football, the basketball, the field hockey, the debate team, the art team, the science fair, doesn't matter, the music program, we want to cover all of that and support our young folks here. So we've invited some of our athletes here in Chatham County to come out and spend some time with us. And I got my partner in crime with me today who I don't think I've seen you here since in this format since the 2019 Northwood High School graduation. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome back from a world tour from China all around the world, Coach John Berry from Youth Hoops. What's going on, John?
How you doing, Aaron, man? It's good to be back. You looking mighty dapper as usual.
I'm trying to keep up with you, man, for your Thanksgiving look today, man.
I like the studio. Like I said before, you're doing big things, and I can't wait to get this thing popping.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I had this idea, and I know when I reach out to John, he's like, I'll make it happen. That's what I like about you. He said, I'll make it happen. So I said, I really would like to focus on some of the athletes and happenings and young people in our community. And with basketball season coming up, I know that we have some local athletes who are doing some great things, so we want to highlight them. And you said that you would make that happen, right?
Yes, sir. I wanted to reach out to some athletes that I knew that was really, really serious, that was not just about the basketball, but about the scholastics. And I thought they would be really, really good guests. And we have a great, great lineup of athletes that's going to come visit us today, starting off with the incomparable Danielle Vaughn. She goes to Chatham Central High School. She's doing some big things over there. After her, we're going to have Aaron Ross come in. He's over at Northwood. And then after Aaron Ross, we're going to bring in Deuce Powell.
So what I'm going to say is I get to get out of the way, and you can do the fun part of interviewing. This is the fun part for me, to be a part of watching all this happen. So I'm going to let the expert do what the expert does. And ladies and gentlemen, he's going to bring on Miss Danielle Vaughn. Brother John, would you take it away, man?
Yes, let's give her a round of applause, guys. That's good job. Good job. Hey, Danielle, how are you?
I'm good.
Hey, I would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Are you looking forward to today?
I am. I got family coming in town.
Cool. So tell me about that. Who's coming by?
My cousins, my aunt and uncles, my siblings, grandparents.
Mm-hmm. So are you going to chow down on some turkey?
Yep.
Are you a big turkey eater? Are you a chicken? Tell me what's going on with that.
We got it all. We got turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, everything.
Wow. Is grandmom and granddad coming down?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, when you see him, like I always say, give him a big old hug for him and tell him, Coach Berry asked about him.
I will.
Awesome. Hey, so tell me, since going over to Chatham Central High School, how's it been?
It's been really fun. It's been a good transition. Everyone has been super welcoming and super kind, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Mm-hmm. So just for the audience, could you tell them a little bit about your basketball background? When did you first start playing? What teams have you played for, like some of the AAU teams, and some of the accomplishment that you had there?
I started playing AAU basketball in the 5th grade. I played with the Carolina Flames, and we've switched from different teams. We've gone to Team Lady Wall, and now I'm playing with the Carolina Lynx, and that's who I've been playing with for the past 2 or 3 years. And we've done very well. We've won the national championship a few times, and we've done very well.
So what did you guys do this past summer?
We went to Kentucky, and we played there, and went to Georgia a few times, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how'd you guys do?
We did well. We were mostly winning.
Okay.
A few losses, but.
Mm-hmm. So in playing basketball, what are some of your most fondest memories? What's the thing that you really enjoy?
Probably just when everyone is so engaged in it and everyone is just real hyped and enjoying it and giving it their 100%. That's what I really love, and I love being able to have a group of girls that all have the love of the game and want to do what they can to get better.
Right, you never told me this, and I'm surprised I never asked you this question. But what makes you enjoy the game of basketball?
Just the competition and just everything about it. I've been playing it my whole life. It's been a huge part of my family for all my life, and I've put a ton into it. I put a ton of time and work into it, and I've seen my growth, and I've really enjoyed what I've put into it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've played on a number of basketball teams, and when you look at your current team that you're on, what are some of the biggest differences that you see?
Well, now that we're 11th grade, everyone is serious about it, and no one's just playing just because everyone's playing to get better, and everyone's playing because they want to be the best they can be, and so everyone is pushing each other to be their best, and I love that competition about it.
So far, you guys have played a few games, from what I understand, and tell me about those games. How did it feel being in that atmosphere?
It was a lot of fun. We play well as a team. We've got quite a few solid girls, a solid team. The coach is really fun. The atmosphere is great. We got a ton of supporters coming out to watch us, and everything about it's just a lot of fun.
Tell me from what I understand, Coach Burke's the coach, right?
Yes.
So tell me the 3 biggest things you really enjoy about her.
She's not just a coach to us. She wants to help us grow as people.
Awesome.
And so she's always looking out for us, and she pushes all of us to be our best, and she takes it serious. And she cares about all the girls and cares about the team and the school, because she's a teacher at the school as well.
Right. Well, that's my type of coach. I love coaches who coach the game. They want to be competitive, but they understand that there's other aspects, to coaching, which is outside of the lines. And it sounds like she's, one of those kind of coaches.
Yeah, she is.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. So what are some of your personal and what are some of your team-oriented goals?
So before the very beginning of the season, we all got together as a team to create our team goals, and some of those were to be our conference champions and for everybody to get rebounds and score during the season and to grow closer as a team. And some of my personal goals is to be a leader and to push the other girls and to keep everyone motivated and doing the best they can do.
Awesome. So how would you describe the chemistry, of your new team?
I would say the chemistry is really good. Everyone on the team are friends, and everyone gets along really well together. We were a very strong passing team, and so our chemistry there is really good. We've got some solid post players. We got some solid guards. It's a real good combination.
Now, that's one thing that I really, really noticed about Chatham Central over the years. They are a very, very strong passing team. So now that you're on the team, maybe you can divulge a little bit of confidential information, because I've been trying to figure this out for a little bit. At practice, does she actually work on passing drills?
Not specifically. We do 3-on-2 every day before practice as a warm-up. I would say one of the big things is we don't have any selfish players on the team, so everybody wants everyone else to succeed and wants everyone to get a time to shine.
Got you. So what are the aspirations for your team this year?
Well, as I said, to be the conference champions, that's one of the goals, and to see our growth as a team.
Okay, awesome. I got a few more questions for you, then I'm going to open it up to see if you have any questions for me too, okay?
Okay.
All right, first thing is this. Who's your biggest role model? Who's the person that you look up to?
I would say my dad, because he's always been the person to look out for others and always puts others before himself, and is just a great guy and is hardworking, and when I have someone like that to look up to, it's hard to not try to be like him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let me ask you these questions, and I want an honest answer. Number one, do you tell them you love them every day? That's just the first of three.
I would say I say it most days. I know he says it to me multiple times a day.
Do you give him a hug every once in a while?
I do give him a hug every once in a while.
But the most important one is this. Do you give him a sloppy, juicy kiss where it leaks on the side?
No, he'll ask for it.
Okay. So let me open it up for you now. Do you have any question that you would like to ask me or the fabulous host here?
I have a question. For you. What are you looking forward to eating today?
That's a tough one. I would say the turkey. My dad was cutting it this morning before we came, and it was looking good.
So there's going to be a turkey. Is there going to be some mac and cheese?
Oh, yeah.
Is there going to be some stuffing?
Yep. Two kinds of stuffing.
Okay, well, wait a minute now. So my people from Chatham County, there's a stuffing, and there's one my mother makes called a dressing that's baked in a pan. Are you familiar with this?
Yes.
And gravy is to be put on this along with turkey and mashed potatoes. Are you familiar with this?
I think so.
All right. I'm going to ask for pictures of this Thanksgiving, moment. You know what? What I really like is the fact that you took the time to come and share with us, and that you're into what you're doing, your sports, your school, and your family. And what are we looking forward to after this year, next year? We thinking about college?
Yep. I've toured a few colleges, gone to some elite camps. I've gotten a few letters from coaches, but...
Well, we would certainly like to come out and catch some of your games and live stream it and bring the talent of you and your teammates and all the kids over at your school, bring it to the World Wide Web, bring it to Taj Talk, bring it to Chatham County. And so we hope to see you doing what you do, all right?
Thank you.
Will you come back and talk to us?
I will.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little music out. And ladies and gentlemen, give your applause in the virtual worldwide world while you're sitting over that turkey and that mac and cheese and all that. Miss Danielle Vaughn. Danielle, we appreciate you today, and I'm so glad that you guys came out. I'm going to play a little music, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all? Thank you, Danielle, for stopping in. You here?
sound. Check out the sound. This a crucial sound, I say. This one going out for the people on the streets struggling on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through another day on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say. Some people having problems on these streets. Too many of them homeless with no food to eat. Nah, the clothes and wear they way too big, and the shoes not fit their feet. Too many people can't go on. So when them tired, they finally take a seat on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day, right by the side of the road. On the side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through. Gotta find a way. Lord, some people having problems on these streets, I'm telling you, the look upon their face filled with much defeat. Lord, don't know how things can get this way. Don't know who really cares. Nah, but one thing that I know for sure, a man should never have to beg for bread on the side of the road. Right by the side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day on the side of the road. When the weather getting cold, I'm searching for a way, I say. Hey, well, I've seen brother turn to brother and beg a brother, can you help with something, please, Lord? And I've seen brother turn from brother. Him left his brother begging right up on his knees, hey, right by the side. The side of the road, right by the side of the road. Got to find a way to get through just one more day on the side of the road. The situation, oh Lord, the people searching for a way, I say. So what you gonna do? Hey, say give a little, yeah. Come on, roll down your window, give a little care.
All right. Back. So yeah, that was a very nice interview with young lady Danielle Vaughn and her dad who stopped by. And as we're sitting here and getting ready for the next segment, these two cats walk in who I've had the pleasure to see play. You know, hey John, remember we saw those guys beat Hillside?
Yeah.
That was an exciting game.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And I couldn't believe you're like, yeah, those guys are coming back next year. And I said, and luckily I got the video. I got on ToshTalk.com. I got that game. Didn't we do 2 of their games?
Yeah, we did several of the games. I don't remember the exact teams, but we did do multiple games. It was a beauty to watch, and it was even more beautiful to know that they was going to be together, for a little bit of time. So they really had a chance to do something special.
Well, I tell you what, since they both just walked in, I'm gonna let them come up here. I'm gonna play a little music, and we're gonna have my man Deuce Powell come up first.
Yeah, let Deuce come up first.
All right, so let's get Deuce out the green room real quick, and we'll be right back. All right.
Hey Deuce, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
All right. Hey, it's great to have you here on TideTalk.com. Basketball season's about to kick in, and we thought, what better to have, some of Northwood's boys varsity basketball team players be on the show to kind of kick it in. Start with you, and afterward we'll have Aaron Ross.
Sounds good.
I remember knowing you when you probably was somewhere like 5 or 6 years old. We had just moved in from New Jersey. We moved to the preserve, and I don't know how we met you or your parents. And I remember specifically your parents coming through at the house. In fact, I remember going to your house off of 64th somewhere at the time. I don't know if you still live there or not, but it's great to see, how you've matured and how you've grown as a quality young man.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
So tell me, just for the audience, right? We know that you at Northwood High School, you play at the varsity boys basketball team. What position do you play there?
I'm a guard and a forward. I just really do anything that the team needs.
Okay. So tell me about your coach. What's your coach's name?
Coach Brown, Matthew Brown. And he's from, I think, Indiana. And he's a really good coach. He's all about discipline. So we just have to be very disciplined and just play as a team.
So tell me, how did you guys do last year as a basketball team?
Last year was probably one of the best seasons Northwood's had in a while. And it was all, I feel like it was all to Coach Brown. He just put in our heads that we need to do certain things, and we succeeded in those certain things.
So from what I understood, you guys went to the state tournament?
We went to the third round.
Okay, third round. Okay, cool. And what was that last team that you guys played?
Northern Nash.
Okay, yeah, I heard they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball since I was maybe 5 years old, and now I'm 17, so about 12 years.
12 years, okay. What do you like about basketball?
I just like the competitiveness to it. I like the challenge of trying to put the ball in the basket.
Okay. So if you spoke to somebody and that person asked you, describe your game, what would you tell them?
I would say I'm a guard that can post up and hit the three ball, so I can pretty much do anything.
Would you consider yourself more of a physical player,
Yeah.
or more or less, finesse?
I like to play physical.
You're more of a physical kind of guy?
Yeah.
Okay, you're my type of guy.
Yeah.
I like physical players. So tell me, you said you played for about 12 years, right? And from what I understood, you played going all the way back AAU basketball. What were some of your fondest memories?
I really liked when I played at Woods, actually. I played at Woods Charter in middle school.
Okay.
And it was just fun to get to play with some people that weren't as good at basketball, but it was fun to just play with them and play with my friends and stuff.
So what thing jumps out at you about Woods basketball?
Just the the whole. It's kind of weird because not many people at Woods had ever played basketball before, so it's just fun to see them play basketball.
Okay.
And
cool.
be pretty good.
Cool. So going into this year, Right. What are some of your team goals and what is your personal goals?
Oh, well, our team goal, we want to get to the state championship. We want to be conference champs. Like, we want all the accolades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to do as best as we can. And then some personal goals is I want to be, like, one of the leading scorers in the conference, leading in assists and rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to do as much as I can to get those.
So looking at the upcoming season, what is the biggest thing that you and the rest of your teammates have to look out for so that you don't hit any stumbling blocks?
Well, last year we were the underdogs, so we were, like, chasing after trying to become the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But this year we are, like, the big dogs. Like, everyone knows we were good last year, so we're always going to get everyone's best game. So we just got to always play our best game so that the other team's best game doesn't.
So do you think your team would be up for it?
I think we're up for it.
What makes you think that?
We just like to compete in practice. Like, all our practices are, like, so intense, and guys are, like, going as hard as they can. Like, everybody's always competing.
So is that part of the culture that Coach Brown has created?
Yeah, he likes the energy and just the competitiveness in practice.
Cool. Last question before we turn it over to,
I'm ready to go dunk a basketball.
So I know a little bit about your background. I know Coach Hartsfield. I know he's been a great influence.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, tell me a little bit about him. Tell me how he's impacted your life.
He, like, showed me that, like, hard work, like, you have to work hard to get what you want to get. Like, all from just, like, running so much in practice to, like, us traveling down to Florida, playing those AAU tournaments. He just, like, taught me discipline.
So did you play for any other AAU coach?
Yeah, I played for a couple AAU coaches.
Okay.
But Coach Hartsfield was really one that stood out for me.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's he's a good friend of mine, by the way. Live in the Preserve, and his son, Coach Rob. Little Rob, and I know them really well because same age as my daughter, and they're friends with each other. So that's cool, man. I'm glad you acknowledge the fact what he's done for you. So that being said, who's been like one of your strongest influences in your life?
I have to go with my dad, honestly. He just always told me, like, you're not going to get anything in life if you don't work for it. Like, you always got to work as hard as you can to get what you want to get. So really just listening to him and doing what he tells me to do, like in the classroom, on the court, like wherever. Just always working as hard as you can.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who do you listen to get ready for a game? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
It can be the clean version. So don't worry about it. It can be the clean version. You can always caveat it that way.
I just listen to anything, to be honest.
All right.
Anything that I can.
All right, next one. What's on the menu today for Thanksgiving?
Oh.
I know you know this one.
Yeah, I know. Mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. Got to get some honey baked ham.
Okay.
Stuffing.
Okay, I said earlier to the young lady who was here, there's a stuffing and there's a dressing. Do you know the difference? At least in my house, there's one that's different.
I think we have both.
Because there's one that's in the pan that's baked.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind, right? Because you put gravy on that.
That's the one I like.
Is that the one we're going to have?
That's the one we're going to have.
Anybody going to make a cake or a pie?
I hope so.
Hey, man, well, I want you to eat all that, and I want you to meet me down at Horton for a basketball game so I can dunk on you, since you'll be weighted down.
Yes,
All right, so look, I'm really impressed watching you guys play last year. It was my pleasure, my privilege, and for the parents who said, hey, we enjoyed watching it, so we're going to get out and catch some of those games. And I try not to make you laugh while you're playing. 'Cause if I see you, I'm look at you, I'll make you laugh while you're out there. But no, you guys had a great season last year, and it was my pleasure to watch you guys. And exactly what you said, you guys hustle, you play well together, you share the basketball, and you outwork the other team. And those bringing those things together, you will win. So we'll be there supporting you. And won't you come back and talk to us now? Don't get all big time. We see you in a few years, and I got to ask for an autograph. Act like you don't know me.
I got you.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Deuce Powell, we're going to check him out. Now, tell us all the positions you play again.
Guard, forward, guard and forward.
Guard and forward, and he can shoot the three ball.
Yep.
He can do the break. He can cross you up. So, you know what we call that? We call that you are a complete player, my friend, all right? So you keep it up. And so we're going to kick him off, but bring him back and get my man Aaron Ross. I'm playing a little music for you.
Yes,
Deuce,
sir.
we appreciate you. You hear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah.
Check out the sound, check out the sound. This is a crucial sound, I say. This one going out for the people on the streets, struggling on the side of the road. The side of the road, searching for a way, I say, to get through another day on the side of the road. The side of the road, searching for a way, I say. Some people having problems on these streets. There many of them homeless with no foods to eat. Nah, the clothes them wear they're way too big, and the shoes not fit their feet. Too many people can't go on, so when them tired, they finally take a seat on the side of the road. The side of the road, searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day, right by the side of the road. On the side of the road, searching for a way, I say, to get through. Gotta find a way. Lord, some people having problems on these streets, I'm telling you, the look up on their face filled with much defeat. Lord, don't know how things can get this way. Don't know who really cares, nah. But one thing that I know for sure, a man should never have to beg for bread on the side of the road. Right by the side of the road, searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day on the side of the road. When the weather getting cold, I'm searching for a way, I say. Hey, well, I've seen brother turn to brother and beg a brother, can you help with something, please, Lord? And I've seen brother turn from brother. Him left his brother begging right up on his knees, hey, right by the side. The side of the road, right by the side of the road. Got to find a way to get through this one more day on the side of the road. The situation, oh Lord, the people searching for a way, I say. So what you gonna do?
All right. Those are my friends, the
To
Sunsetters,
give a little
talking about the side
give
of
a
the
little-
road, which we know that every day, not just today, we should be kind to somebody, whether on the side of the road, they're in our house, or what have you. We can be thankful in our giving every day, not just one day a year, but 365. You hear what I'm saying? So, Sunsetters, the side of the road. And so we are back on our special edition Talk with Taj here, where we focus on Chatham County athletes. And yeah, Coach John, this next young man, he's got a great name. I'm gonna say it right now. I gotta say it like it is. He's got a great name, and yeah, man, we just keep rolling them in, and we got brother Aaron Ross or John Barry. Why don't you introduce our friend for us?
Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Alrighty, this young man is another one that I've known for a very, very long time. But before we jump into it, I'd like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, you and your family.
Oh, you too.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you guys got planned for today?
We're gonna stay at home. Probably like get around and mingle a little bit and
Okay.
just eat.
So mom, dad, your sister, yourself. You have
Right.
2 sisters, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys, your mom started cooking last night, or was it just morning?
No, last night.
Or last night?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Oh
You
yeah.
see, because the old school is you cook, you start then, it gives a chance to simmer overnight, kind of marinate, and by the time you get to it the next day, it's even that much better.
Yes, sir.
So she knows. So she apparently she knows that trick too.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, awesome. But yes, this young man, as I said before, I've known for a very long time, and I'm going to share a story that I've never shared before. I run this basketball training academy, and out of the blue, this was probably when you were somewhere between 7 and 8 years old, I got a call. They left a message, and it was this lady by the name of Charity. It was like, I want to speak to Coach Berry. So I called back, and the parent was like, yes, Coach Berry, I have this son. He's special. He's going to do big things. If you don't already know him, you will. And she was inquiring about the dribbling team. And I was totally convinced. And, we talked, and I said, sure, if you can, bring him in. Let him, start working with us with the dribbling team. And I remember you and your dad coming in. I remember you pit-patting the ball at a very young age, doing your thing. So it doesn't surprise me that you are the starting point guard for Northwood High School. Tell me, how does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I love leading my team, and I know we have a target on our back each and every day. We look forward to coming to practice, getting that work in.
Mm-hmm. So being the point guard, what is your biggest challenge, in going to each game, knowing that you're essentially the coach on the floor?
I think coming into practice, just getting my team ready for it, every game is my biggest challenge. Just like leading my team is like, I wouldn't say like my biggest fear, but like I love leading my team. It's just sometimes I don't want to say the wrong things to them because I know they have feelings too, but when I lead them, it's like it's a brotherly thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So tell me about the chemistry. Last year when I watched you guys play, at times it looked like a work of art. So tell me, is there a certain thing that you guys are doing to build this chemistry? And if so, what is it?
Coach Brown, he's a great coach. He leads our team, and we just follow his footsteps each and every day at practice. He tells us to do something, we do it, and that's how we got that.
Mm-hmm. So you guys had a couple of games so far. So tell me, how did those games go?
Oh, it went very well. Our starting 5 is really good. We have 5 returning starters, and we're really good.
So what has surprised you so far about this team, or what I should say is what's been different? Has it been anything different in a good way as far as a player, as far as chemistry, anything that you can think of?
I think we have the same team. We just got a different mentality each and every day. We was kind of the underdogs last year, but now we got a target on our back, and we know we need to work each and every day harder as we worked before.
So you do that by working really hard in practice?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys actively discuss this?
Yes.
So what do you do to check each other if you see somebody taking something for granted?
We just like, I wouldn't say like, we don't yell. We just like pick each other up and tell them the right things to do, not the wrong things to do.
So I asked Deuce this question. I'm going to ask you the same because it seems like that you have a lot of basketball experiences.
Yes, sir.
What's been like some of your fondest memories of playing basketball?
Some of my memories of playing basketball is like playing for my AAU team, NC Warriors. That was one of my finest memories. I mean, we had a great team. We won one national championship.
You did?
Yes, with
Wow.
Coach Robert Hartsfield. He was a great coach.
Right. Yeah, I hear his name pop up over and over and over, and I know firsthand he's a great man. I remember meeting him back in 2006. We had both moved into the same community at the same
Right.
time, and I remember his son Rob. You know how he interacted with my daughter. So yeah, Rob, that's great to hear. So, if somebody had to describe your game, what do you think would be an accurate description?
Someone who can control the game, fast pace, slow pace. Someone who can like shoot the ball from deep, drive, anything.
So tell me, what do you think about your biggest cheerleader? And you know who I'm talking about. And I want you to really elaborate on this.
My biggest cheerleader is my mom,
What's her name?
Charity Ross.
Yeah, you got to big
Oh,
her
yeah.
up. Yeah. for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. She is your
Yeah,
biggest cheerleader.
She's very loud, and I love it. Our team loves when she cheers. She gets the cheerleaders hype. Everybody hypes. The gym goes crazy.
She's your hype person. She has layered Facebook with an album of your life progress through everything for sure. But it's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say this, with both you and Deuce. Man, you guys get up and down that floor with a quickness. All right, so I'm going to ask some specific stuff. What's your 40 time?
I ran a 40 at ECU. I ran a 4.5, but the second time I ran a 4.4.
That's moving. And both you
Nice.
guys got quick feet. I mean, it don't take you long to get up and move. I'm trying to teach my son how to be up on this part of his feet when he moves in a wide base, but you guys just spring up, man. I mean, you have been putting the work in. So not just on the court, what are the other components that it takes to be a successful student athlete?
Just the dedication. Being in the classroom, you have to study, all of that.
How is it dividing the time? Because you got to be tired. You practice not just once. I know I saw you when I came out in August. I saw you guys on the football field. So you're playing football, and then there's not really much of a break, and you go right into play basketball. But there's still after school. You're hungry. You want to, you want to hang out, relax. How do you manage all that time so you're getting the homework done? You guys still are positive people because you seem like very positive. I like positive people. I like the things that you said about uplifting your teammates, saying the right things, not wanting to chastise in a negative way, but build up. How do you do all that and keep the positive edge to it?
Well, each and every day, Coach says every day, always come in with a chip on your shoulder, and that's always been my thing.
So I'm going to ask the next question because I'm going here. So I ask everyone that. What is on the menu for today?
We have turkey. We have turkey. We have stuffing. We have macaroni.
You got dressing and stuffing?
Yes.
All right. I want to make
Yes.
sure. Go ahead.
Um,
Is nobody making potato salad?
oh yeah, and
And I didn't hear
I
nobody
was
say no
getting-
greens.
we have green stew, potato salad, pumpkin pie, cheesecake. You
Okay,
name
got
it.
cheese. Anybody make? So my mother makes these chocolate pies. I haven't heard chocolate pie. You got chocolate pie, chocolate cake?
Oh no, we don't have that.
You don't, okay. Well, you know what I think they should do? You know how you go trick or treating, right?
hmm
I think we should have trick or treating, but on Thanksgiving. You just go to different people's houses because everybody's got it. Like, we don't have cheesecake at
Right.
my house. Growing up in Baltimore, my friend's mom would take a whole flounder, stuff it with crab and shrimp, wrap it up, and bake. But that's close to the coast. So everyone has a little different tradition. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Aaron, which games, Deuce is looking on the schedule for us. We want to cover the games. We really enjoy. I mean, it's really the best way to get the best seat in the house because we set up right on the floor, so it's really the best seat in the house. We want to cover all the games, but there are some games you're like, hey, Tosh, talk. If you guys can get out to this home game, any games that stick out on the schedule that you really like to have us come out to to come out and support and live stream and give the video coverage?
I would say JM.
All right, what's the date on JM?
Uh,
I know I'm putting you on the spot. It's live TV. I mean, live multimedia.
December 14th.
All right, December 14th. All right.
We have the First Bank Charger Classic, December 20th through the 23rd.
Is that at Northwood?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. We need to get some. Yeah, we need to go map out some floor space right now for those and for that tournament. Just go ahead and put a table up and be there. All right. So, if everyone's listening, we're gonna make the effort to cover the JM game on the 14th,
Yes.
and then the tournament is the 20th through the 23rd.
Yes.
All right. So that's our goal. So if you're a parent and you want to do a shout out, you let us know because we'll, to help support, sponsor, advertise. If you want to do a shout out, we do that for parents, for your local business. We want you to advertise and support because we want to cover the whole tournament. We want to cover that game and want to make sure people can see you worldwide because although it's Chatham County focused, people in Bora Bora, people in China, people in Jamaica, people in Switzerland, they can all see you playing.
Right.
That's the beauty of the WWW 21st century. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so I'm going to be by your house. Come there and get something to eat. Tell them just to set an extra plate. I can sit at the kids' table. Just tell them to set an extra plate for me. And then I'm going to get out there and run some ball, try and dunk on y'all. I'm going to need y'all not to jump, though, when I go up to dunk. All right. That's
all right.
Really, I was looking for my basketball before I came out because I wanted to get a picture with y'all like I'm dunking on y'all like that. But I think my son took the basketball. I have to get that next time. But I'm still going to do it in my dress shoes. You'll be like, this old man in these dress shoes acting like he's dunking on us. But, hey, you guys have been great. We're going to make sure this goes up to share, and we're going to get out there and cover those games. We're going to put them on the schedule. And just like I told Deuce, hey, man, don't get big time, and then I see you a few years from now, you act like you don't know me. I'll still dunk on you then. You hear what I'm saying? No.
Yes, sir.
You guys are great young men. It is my pleasure to get to know you, not just as athletes, but what y'all grow and to be such positive young man. And that goes for Danielle Vaughn, who was here earlier, as a positive young woman. It really makes me feel good to see you guys, all right, and to sit here and talk with y'all. Y'all are doing big things in the world, you hear?
Yes.
All right, so we going to play my man off with some positive music here on this Thanksgiving Day. I don't know where y'all are, but you need to be sharing some positivity with your family. I'm going to my mama's house here a little later on, and we're going to share some food, and we're going to laugh because, people like to laugh and trip and all that. So we may even dance a little bit. So if we dance, we're going to nice up the dance, all right? Thank you, Aaron Ross. Appreciate you here.
Life is your dance. I hope you dance. All right. Boy, we need to nice up the dance. Once again, my friends, come on and nice up the club and do the rub-a-dub. We nice up the dance. Once again, children. Nice up the club, we nice it up. So when you're 9 to 5 in the city, oh man, what a pity. And spending all your day hustling and bustling and on the go. The people keep work, they're working towards the weekend. Yes, Friday nights, I just can't wait for the music to hit me. I got to free this electricity. I wanna go nice up the dance. Once again, my friends, we need to nice up the club and do the rub-a-dub. We nice up the dance. Once again, children, nice up the dance. We nice nice up the club, and we gon' nice up the world. So check your knife and check your gun, you check your bomb at the door. You don't need that on the dance floor, no, unless you got that bomb that makes me feel irate, irate. Come on and dance with me. Hey brother, come on and take a step from the bar. Just take a step from there, so I can share my dance step with you once more. And hey sister, come on and dance with me. Come dance with me, girl, 'cause I wanna do some dancing together, how we're supposed to be, yeah. But first, leave your hatred, your anger, your envy behind. Them teens just messing with your mind. I know that you remember how to feel irate. This is a brand new day. Come on and dance with me. Come on. You need to take one step from the bar, yeah, take your steps from there, so I can share my dance step with you once more, just once more, once more. And hey sister, come on and dance with me, baby, come on and dance with me, 'cause I wanna do some dancing together, how we're supposed to be. I want you to just nice up the dance once again. Nice it up, nice it up, and nice up the club with more love. Nice it up, nice it up, we're nice up and dance once again. Nice up and dance. We're nice up with love. It's time to be nice. Just be nice. Nice, be nice, be nice.
Oh mama, oh papa, hey. Oh mama, oh papa, hey. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. I leave the Baptist church for now, and to the King I still do bow. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Goodness and love you instilled in me. You made a call into a man of pride and dignity. And just to think that I am one of three, ever faithful, ever sure, will always be. Glorious things spoken of the Almighty, lineage of King David, Solomonic tree. No longer I pray upon my knees, I stand and chant out his name and his glory will be seen. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. innocent love you instilled in me. You made a boy into a man with pride and dignity. And just to think that I am one of three, ever faithful, ever sure, will always be. Glorious things spoken of the Almighty, lineage of King David's Solomonic tree. No longer I pray upon my knees, I stand and chant out his name and his glory will be seen. Oh mama, papa, Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, papa, I've gone to Rastafari now. Oh mama, oh papa, hey.
Can't stop the rain from falling, can't stop these tears from pouring down. Sometimes I just wanna step down. Stop the labor pains too much, pushing this work is just too tough. It's really trying.
And the music that you're hearing is a portion from our next guest. So, you know, I was at the market where I live, and I picked up a magazine, and I looked at it. I said, okay, there's a person I ain't seen before. And I read next to it, it says, Pittsburgh R&B singer Deja Bell takes a stroll through downtown. And I said, Pittsburgh's R&B singer now. You know, I've been in Pittsburgh for a little while, and I like to make a little music, and I brought a little music here as well. So I'm like, this person, I don't know. But and in a very serendipitous way, run into a young man the other day. He speaks. He says, hey, man, can I get your information? Walked out before I gave him, and didn't even give him my information. Went back the next day, saw him, said, hey, man, here, give you this information. And he says, yeah, we just moved here. And from the D.C. area. I said, I grew up in the D.C. area, lived in the D.C. area. He said, yeah, my wife plays music. As a matter of fact, she's on from a magazine. I said, I picked up that magazine. And he said, I play music. I said, there's your wife, the R&B singer. Next thing you know, I'm talking to people from a D.C. background who are musicians, which I got a little D.C. background with music. And I remember my good friend, mentor, family member, John Ruffin said when I was like, man, it's real tough to be in Pittsburgh. He said, Aaron, just hang out. They will come. And the day they keep coming. And so I'm glad y'all are here. You know, if it wasn't for people like John Berry, John Delaforce, and many other people who have been making my life very nice since I moved here. But yeah, the person was right, said they keep coming. So y'all keep coming. So ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome to Talk with Taj, Focus on Chatham County special edition. Won't you welcome Miss Deja Bell.
Hello. Hi, Aaron. I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. And, you know, when I met Monty, we already had another friend who had introduced him to John, Circle City Recording.
Yes.
And so he had already made the connection. So we just recreated the connection. Then when I saw you here, and I said, what? And then I heard DC music. So I said, well, I know this is last minute, but I got to get you on. So, of course, I read the article, and I said, well, I want to talk to her about sustainability, about music, about, you know, DC and all that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, welcome. You tell me what I need to know.
Well, I'm glad to be here. And, you know, it was last minute, but as you said, we had so many similarities and connections that, you know, I couldn't miss this opportunity to come and speak with you. You know, we moved down here from DC in search of a slower pace of life. Most people are like, you know, when you tell them you're coming from a big city, they're like, quite different, huh? And it's like, yeah, but we knew that. We knew that it was going to be different. And where we first landed was High Point, North Carolina. And we checked out, you know, the music scene a little bit in Greensboro. We had heard about, we know there's a scene in Charlotte, but it was a little too far. So music was kind of like not the main reason why we came here. We knew that we could always just pretty much pursue our music online and continue to maintain our connections in DC. But when we ended up in Pittsburgh, it was kind of like this perfect mix of an artist scene and a small farmer town, which farming, gardening, and just homesteading is a dream of ours that, like I said, brought us from DC down to North Carolina to just begin that journey of of building community. So what has really been interesting about Pittsboro was that, again, I wasn't expecting that there's going to be an R&B scene or radio or anything. Most people here, are into bluegrass. I've connected with some folks. It seems like everybody plays the ukulele. Like it's, and that's fine. That's the vibe here. So I'm expecting, hey, okay, maybe I'll check out Durham or Raleigh. So to know that you are here is, and that this studio's here is awesome. Like
Isn't it awesome?
I'm really
Yeah.
excited, and I know it doesn't take like that many people to start a movement to get something going and
No,
to
it's
really
about 5 of
build.
us sitting in this room right now, 6 of us sitting in this
Right.
room.
So that's really exciting. And when I ended up connecting with the magazine, it was kind of, happenstance as well. We were at one of the first events that we went to here was the Pepperfest, which, we love food. That's one of the reasons why
Yeah, we
we
talk
wanna-
about food a lot around here.
Oh my gosh. We love food, but from a very naturopathic, food is medicine type of way.
Of course.
And so it's led us to this path of, hey, we want to grow it now because we know how important it is to, our health.
Your food should be your medicine, and your medicine should be your
Should be your food,
And some people
absolutely.
say that was Hippocrates, but actually that comes from I am Hotep. And that's a whole nother
nother
segment
thing.
that I'll do. But anyway,
I
go ahead.
believe that. So we truly believe that. So anyways, I just ran into this to the editor of the paper, and I said, hey, I'm new to town, and I'm an R&B singer, and we want to get into farming. And he was like, what? It's so funny. Like everyone's shocked that we're here from the different communities that we're a part of. So we also homeschool our daughter, and one of the women she has a program, Louise, she was mentioned in the
clapping
article
hands.
as well.
Yeah, we know Louise.
She is very much into diversity and representation. And so to find out that there's a Black homeschooling family in Pittsburgh, she's like, I've been waiting for this for like 20 years. It's funny. She's just like, someone's finally here other than me, because she has 2 African-American children.
I know them well.
So, yeah. So it's just been it's been a warm welcome. And I just find it so interesting because in the news anyways, Pittsburgh is a small town, but like CNN is covering the drama around Pittsburgh. And you
Sure.
would imagine, I'm sure in other people's mindsets and people up north, they're imagining, I don't know, this very racially tense town, but I have not honestly, you see the protesters, what's going on, the statues down, but that's not what I've felt from people. I've felt very welcomed, almost like, gosh, we've been waiting for more diversity. We've been waiting for you.
So what you're saying is that the visual is not necessarily in tune with the true frequency and vibration that you're receiving.
We
Is that
haven't been
accurate?
here long, but that's my honest perspective, and not just mine, but my family as well. Each of us have engaged with various people, and the people seem to be very genuine, very welcoming, and it's so different from the big city where I've been in the music scene for 10 plus years, and I can't tell you how many times you connect with someone and you have this good conversation. It's like, yeah, we'll talk, yeah, we'll do this, and you reach out and you hear nothing. It hasn't happened yet here. I promise you, if I email someone, they email me back. Or if I give them my number, they call. It's just,
beauty of the
it's
small town.
strange. It's
Yeah.
so strange. It's like people actually, it's just different. You don't expect, we just didn't grow up like that.
Well, from the aspect, Coach John Barry went to Howard. I lived in D.C. You guys,
HU, who went to, okay, I'm an alum.
See,
I'm an HU alum.
See,
Yeah,
we're all
School
together
of,
in one
School of
floor.
Communications.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
So we all know I lived at 14th and 14th in
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
Played a lot of music
Oh
in
my
Adams
gosh.
Morgan, at the old State of the Union 930 Club.
Yes.
Played all those places, And so and grew up in Baltimore. So that whole area is and he's from Philly. I always give him his Philly props. So growing up in that area and that vibration, I know quite well. And I even say in jest, but it's true. As soon as you get up by Springfield, Franconia, and
It
going on,
changes.
you got to change your vibe. Like you got to go from this nice smile you have, you got to put your Baltimore on your DC, because of
You
that.
got to put your mug on.
That's right. You got to put your mug on. Because of that difference in that frequency and vibration that changes. Now, to your point, to come down here and to connect with the land and put your hands in the soil, where there's some alliteration somewhere in the word soil, soul, and then the soul and the sun. So yeah, there's a connectivity that happens in that, and music needs that and breathes that.
Yep.
Sometimes in that concrete jungle, that music can't be as expansive than when you just get out here and, you know, get around some trees and some larger expansiveness and some good vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you made the point about the visual not necessarily being indicative of the frequency and vibration that you guys have been doing. You know, John and me do a show in the evenings, Check the Sound. We do it here in the evening, Circle City Recording, and we do exactly that. We talk about the positives here with the food, the music, the art, the happenings in Pittsboro. And you know, we've been getting rave reviews of that because life is dynamic. It's not
really
flat
is.
and static. You know what I mean? So there's more than just what we see in some of the negative things. There's a lot more vibrancy, and I'm glad that you received that. So now I can hear the timbre of your voice. And I read some stuff talking about, and I can hear the Nina Simone in there. It's kind of like when we had Tim Lee on the other day, and Tim Lee's a local guy who owns the Oddco, and we're talking about finding your voice in his is art, visual art, and through bringing all these different styles of visual art together. Same thing in music, whether it's, you know, Sarah Vaughan, Nina Simone, Tracy Chapman. It's through channeling all them that you find your own voice. So tell me about the album. Tell me about your you know, how you build music and what your influences are.
Well, the album that I released this year in April is called You and I, and you know, it's really about Maddie and I worked on it together, and we've been working together for a long time. But what we really wanted to do with the message of the music was to really highlight something positive and something really talk about togetherness, faith, resiliency, but just really uplifting music. And the sound, again, we have so many influences, so we really pulled on the soul influences that we have, the hip hop influences, and even some Afrobeat influences from my side. And so, you know, that's really what the album is. It's a culmination of work that we've been doing for a number of years now, and really focusing on a positive, uplifting message and a message about love, which, I mean, we always talk about love, but really I want to say togetherness, because in this day and age, in the R&B scene, the music is very much reflective of not a lot of togetherness and sacrifice and family and marriage. It's, you know, just a different frequency, a different vibration. So that's what we wanted to highlight, because we've been together for a long time, but it hasn't been without its sacrifices. Of course. Just going, you know, there's one song that I feel like kind of encapsulates all of it, which is More Than in Love. And it's the idea that, you know, it's beyond puppy love. When you start talking about, you know, unity and building community within the family unit, and then, you know, with many family units together, it's beyond just emotional issues or upsets. It's really about focusing on a common goal.
And you use the term community, and in that term, as I like to say, is common unity. And my man Stephen Marley says, "Don't fall down in love, stand up in love."
Yeah.
You know, and when you keep talking about your husband Monty is a keyboardist, drummer, music producer, all of that. So yeah, I've been waiting on y'all, man. I mean, it's like
we're so happy to be here. He's amazing. He really cultivated, like I said, I've been working with him for a long time, but he had a lot of experience prior to even meeting me. So in our duo, I really focus more on the writing. When I was younger, I did a lot of poetry. And so I love words. I really, really do love words. I love words, but I also love singing. So, you know, vocal harmonies, writing, melodies. He does a little bit of that as well. He could do it all if he wanted to. He's like a D'Angelo. He could do it. If he could multiply himself, he would. But he mainly focuses on the sonic aspect of it and making sure that it's continuing to tell a story just like the words are as well. You
know, growing up playing in D.C., had the chance to play with and in the town with and listen to a band almost every week, a young upstart reggae band called Midnight Reggae Band, which had went on to do great international things, and their frontman friend of mine, Vaughn Benjamin, just made his transition. But I was looking up things about Brother Vaughn and using the frequency and sonic style of music, a certain pulse and frequency and tone is what he talked about. You know, Matthew was nice enough, you know, he said he sent me some music last night. And I said, hey, I know it's last minute. I appreciate you. I mean, you guys really stepped up. And John, you stepped up. And John, you stepped up. I appreciate all you guys because at the last minute, you guys have helped this put together. But he sent me some music, and I said, yeah, I'd like to play it. So you mind if I play some music so the people can hear?
Oh, of course.
All right. So I'm going to play this track, and it is Can't Stop. Is that the name of it? Yeah.
Can't Stop.
Can't Stop. All right. So Deja Bell and Can't Stop here on Talk with Taj, Focus on Chat. And we'll be right back, y'all. Check this out.
What a wise man told me. Never doing good. Time to reap fruits will come if you don't give up. Get started doing, trying is lying. Trying is lying. It's up to him how high you're flying. I know. I know I can't believe it wanna. I know I can't afford to stop. It's right around the corner. I know I can't. I am not gonna quit. I am not sick of it. No, I am not gonna quit. I wanna see it to the end. You got to believe. The bigger picture too big for me. Too much to view. I'm choking on ideas. Too much to chew. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Too much to do. Too much to do. But a wise man told me. Never doing good. They will come, they will come. You can't approach the battle the same way twice. Always until somebody he trusts you. Why don't you believe in yourself? Yeah. Oh, I know if I just take one step forward, that it's right around the corner. I know to stop now. No, to believe. Every day I'm getting closer to that moment that'll be worth the tears that I cried. And when I get there, you know I'm gonna own it, 'cause it's all I ever wanted. One step is all I have to take. Yeah. I believe everything's working out for my good. Everything's working out for my good. It's all working out for me. Working out for my good. I believe everything's working out for my good. Everything's working out for my good. Everything's working out for my good. It's right around the corner. You got to believe.
All right, my friends. Sister Deja Bell. I like the beat. I like the sound. I like the vocals and the layer and the texture. You hear? So tell the folks when they can hear you, when they can see you. We just talked about having you come on and do our evening set and come on the evening show and perhaps be our guest, and maybe we can do a little music as well. But if people want to see you, your Instagram, you're just on IG, how can they get the music? How can they check out what you're doing?
Yes, so the album, You and I, is available on all streaming and download services. You can also check it out on my Bandcamp. If you just Google Deja Bell, that should come up. Deja Bell Bandcamp, that should come up. I'm on IG, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Again, if you just Google Deja Bell.
And if you give me all that, I'll make sure I tag this YouTube
Yes.
video and all that with that. So yeah, just make sure I have that, guys.
That will be great. And, one of my ambitions is to just, we just got here, so we're learning the music scene and learning where the different venues are so that we can start performing and building, a fan base and a buzz here in North Carolina. But please stay connected with me on social media, and I will always update what's going on. And my website, DejaBell.com, will also have information for you.
And Matty, the chef, we appreciate you for making all this happen and being the musical genius as well.
Yes.
And we appreciate you and your beautiful daughter coming to hang out. We appreciate my man John Delaforce, Circle City Recording, coming, making it all good as well. And hey, he's an extraordinarily awesome engineer. He makes it sound good. So let's make sure we can create some music with him as well. And as always, my go-to guy, Brother John Bear. We got the DC crew.
HU?
I got the Johns and all that. And I got DC people in here. All right, now I got to, it is good. I got to get my home people. We're going to end with the home cut by Deja Bell. Hey, everybody, be good to somebody. Peace, love, power, every minute, every hour. May the Most High bless you, keep you. I am Hall out of time. I appreciate you all. Let's go and eat something. Be good to somebody. Love somebody. See you when you see you. Peace.
Only on vacation. 5 years old, I had to leave the leaders, and the murders had us all going crazy. Wish I could speak to all the rebels in the east. Wish I could hit them with some wisdom from Patrice, so they really know the value of their soul. Black power equals black gold. I wanna go home.